Okay, as promised, I have been and got my hair done. I had it done yesterday and I thought I'd give it a bit of time to see how I felt about it and how it sort of settled in. I have the ends here in total. This is considering it is braided and not loose. Braided, it is 19 inches, just over 19 inches long. The bits I've had cut off, which is incredible. I had initially thought it would be about 16 inches, but it must be closer to about 20 or maybe even more. I haven't sent it off to the Little Princess Trust as yet, obviously. I'll be doing that tomorrow. It was a very strange experience. I went into hairdressers expecting that I would be in there for quite some time because ordinarily that's what happens. However, as it was a case of just going in to get the hair cut and my hair was already clean, there's no point sort of giving it an extra wash. She just basically come in, put my hair into plaits and cut it, and then she obviously evened it up and put a little bit of layering in at the very bottom of the hair. But it's all more or less the same length, which is unusual. I've never had my hair done like that. It's usually a side fringe put in and layers so that there's more height up here, but this time it kind of reminds me of the sort of 1990s Victoria Beckham style hair. So I'll see how I feel about that, and I may get a fringe put in and layers put in at a later date, but at the moment I'm just getting used to it. So yeah, that's quite unusual. It's felt strange because when I've washed my hair, usually my hair's been sticking to me and I kind of feel it pulling because it's been so long. Now I just washed it. It took me like literally 5 minutes to obviously get the hair wet, wash it and rinse it and everything. Obviously I put some conditioner in and that kind of obviously took it to the 5-minute mark. But aside from that, you know, blow drying it took me a few moments. I've got products in. I've got blow dry lotion. I'm not sure what that does, but in the past I couldn't have worn that because it would have just been too heavy and, you know, not quite right for my hair. So it's been a very strange experience. I thought that it would take forever, but as I say, it didn't. It's been really strange. Like, I used to have to use a bath sheet to wrap my head in, to sort of try and dry off my hair, but I don't need to do that now. It's really strange. When I woke up this morning, it was really odd as well. Ordinarily, even if my hair has been tied back, I usually was braided and then get back to stop it getting tangled. Or if it was left down because I'd washed it overnight and I was waiting for it to dry, I would wake up and I'd end up leaning on my hair, so it was like it was physically anchoring me to the bed. Which, as I've been quite down for quite a long while and I'm just sort of getting through that, I think that getting the hair cut was a good move. It sort of started to feel like a physical representation of how I'd been feeling. It was just so long, so heavy, I couldn't do anything with it. It was always there, and I just felt I didn't have the motivation, the energy to make any changes. And I feel that it's only really recently that I've had obviously that urge. So I think getting the hair cut was a big thing. A lot of women do that when there's been a sort of big thing in their life, like if they have a breakup or something major happens, they get a big haircut. And clearly this is what I needed. It's just something I felt that I needed to do. So that's what I've done. I did my hair tied back for a short while, maybe I should have ran some straighteners through it, because I can do that now, whereas I couldn't when it was that long, because literally out here with the straighteners, and it would take forever. But now it just take, you know, a minute or two. So yes, there's that. It's just, it's unreal. Unless you've been in that position, it's difficult to sort of describe. As much as I like long hair, I don't like the sort of upkeep of it. I don't like how limited it is. So I think I probably will grow my hair out long, because this is really short for me. Like for some people they'd say they're short, but for me shoulder length is short, so I'll grow it out, probably add another few inches to it and then try and keep it in check. But I do quite like it just now. It seems so shiny and so healthy, and it's weird moving my head around and not hitting myself, anything round about me, people, my cats, which is quite a lot from time. You twist your hair around and they'd launch themselves at it. So yeah, that's the end of that bit. It's unbelievable. I thought I would regret it. Part of me thought I would regret it, but I don't. I'm glad I've done it. I'm glad that it's finally done, and that I can sort of move forward. It just feels like a massive weight has quite literally been lifted. I mean, 19 inches plus of hair getting cut off, and still having not long hair but mid-length hair is incredible. So that's, as you can imagine, been going on for quite some time. So yeah, it's quite exciting. I've ordered some hair products. I've got straighteners that my dad bought me ages ago for Christmas. I got the obviously new hair dryer, curling tongs. I got various different hair products, you know, hair lotions, accessories. I got some new brushes, just so that obviously I can see what I'm doing. And it means that if I'm at work and my hair's kind of getting in the way, I can just sort of sweep it back and use a bulldog clip to sort of hold it in place. So yeah, yeah, it has been a big step. I'm glad I've taken it. I've also had these arrive, the climate cuff earrings, or Vine earrings. Been searching them for ages. They used to be everywhere till fairly recently. Now that I want them, I can hardly find them. But again, dangly earrings or anything like that I couldn't really wear because my hair would get caught in it, and it wasn't like a case I just do that and I could undo it. Somebody's screaming out there, I think it's children. So that's where I am with that. I'm due back at work this time next week. I think my sick line runs out soon, so I'll be going back. I feel much better about it. I think I'm finally in a place where it's a case I feel like I can sort of cope and move forward. I think that this has just been another sort of step in the recovery. The reasons for the dramatic haircut have been sort of twofold. One of the reasons was that my mother, who I was very close to, had cancer, and she was very sick before she died. She was sick for a couple of years, and the thing that she found most difficult, this is even considering that she'd had a mastectomy, was the loss of her hair when she went through the chemo. And it was absolutely heartbreaking to see her go through that. She'd tried a couple of different things to try and sort of preserve her hair. Someone has suggested, listen, if you go and you get it cut quite short, it means there's less weight on your follicle and that might keep it longer. So she'd hair that had been a bit of similar length to what mine is currently, and she got it cut really, really short, and it looked quite good. But the next day, most of it had started to come out in big clumps, and that was difficult for her, so she started wearing a turban and a wig to go out in. and she was very paranoid about the wig because she was I mean, it was real hair, but she was concerned that if anything happened it would come away. But again, having the fact that she had kept her eyebrows were really good. They were very dark. They were a similar shape to mine, but they were properly dark. Those stayed, her eyelashes stayed, so when she put the wig on, unless you were really looking for it, or unless you knew, you couldn't really tell. And that did something to sort of boost her self-esteem. And this was the fact that obviously she was a woman in her 50s and she had a sort of strong understanding of, you know, this was something they were doing to try and save her life, and sort of defeat the cancer that later killed her. And when you sort of consider that it's not just something that adults go through, although it's absolutely harrowing for them, children go through it and sort of young people go through it, and that's at a time where, you know, how you look is really important to you, which is why I thought, well, donate the hair. I've got all this long hair, donate it, because otherwise it would have just been cut off and swept up and thrown in a bin. And so the Little Princess Trust, I thought, was the best sort of option, because they make the wigs and they provide them for free for sort of children and young adults up to the age of 24. And I was 24 when my mum died, so I think that for some reason, like, mentally, sort of, I don't know why that resonates with me, but it for some reason does. So it's done and it's getting sent on. Another reason why it felt like it was something I felt I had to do was because I'd obviously been so unwell recently, and that just felt like an extension of it. So by having removed some of the weight and the pressure and the issues tied in with having such long hair, it feels like I've sort of freed up myself. So hopefully the sort of haircut helps. Obviously it's helped me, and hopefully it'll go and it'll help someone else who's going through something so unbelievably difficult, like, you know, chemo, or if they've got alopecia or whatever. So yeah, hopefully it'll do some good. And yeah, we'll see how things go, and I'll be back later.